So welcome and congratulations and being in the long COVID-19 interview series. Can you start off by telling us how you identify?
Hi, yes. My name is Jose Carlo Aguilar. I usually go by Jolo, and I am a Filipino American, and my pronouns are he and him.
Okay, can you give us one word to describe your long COVID-19 experience?
Tiring.
Okay. Can you tell me what it was like within your friend and family circle before being diagnosed, during, and then even thereafter?
Yeah. So I think when I first got COVID, it was pre-availability of vaccines, and so this was in late 2020 in the fall, and there were not, a lot of lockdown was still kind of in place, and there were still a lot of precautions being taken. But like we still have to go through the necessities of going into public spaces, right? There's like laundry rooms and buildings that have many people, the the necessity of having to go do some shopping for home needs or groceries. For the most part, uh even if some friends had decided to choose to gather, they were also very understanding of us not participating in any gatherings, and the occasional time seeing family would have been in the summer in a very like outdoor setting, and we didn't dine in at any restaurants indoors. It would, if it happened, it would be outdoors, and otherwise we really only went out once every week or every 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you. Can you also describe for me your experience with medical professionals and doctors at that time, even getting access to resources?
I believe my access to resources is fairly good. A I work in the IT department for a medical center, so my access to resources is, in theory, should be pretty good, and my job does offer health insurance that you know is good, and it's a good policy. I think that the availability of testing at that time was, as long as you scheduled for a test a day or two in advance, you'd be able to get it. And I'm not sure if the insurance was necessary for that, but they did ask for it. And I'm not sure if having insurance played a part in whether or not the test would be available to me at no cost or not. But I wouldn't know otherwise, since I didn't I didn't have the opportunity to see what it was like without submitting any of my insurance information after the first time, since they had a record of me going for tests before.
Okay, and what advice would you give to people that still think COVID-19 isn't real?
I would say that, like whether you believe it's real or not, that the precautions that people take are definitely something that, um, are none of your business, right? Like if you don't want to interact with people because they're taking precautions, whether it's they're vaccinated or they're continuing to wear masks, that's their own prerogative, but it's not something that should be looked down upon. In many parts of the world, when people are sick, they'll wear a mask to help protect like others around them, or they'll wear a mask to protect themselves in any environment. And this was pre-pandemic. So to me, like the concept of wearing a mask or is not it's not a foreign idea to me. The idea of getting vaccinated is not a foreign idea. We've had mandatory vaccinations for school and professions, and like these are things that are not that are very routine in reality, and we're just so used to them that we're just used to things like getting flu shots and all sorts of vaccinations like as a child, these decisions that are really made by our parents to help protect us. And so I think that it's real, but if you choose not to believe it, then don't impose your beliefs and about whatever you think in a way that affects how others choose to go about their daily lives.
Right. That's all the questions I have. Is there anything you would like to add that wasn't asked of you already?
Um, no, I I don't have any follow up responses. The yeah, it's it's a very serious thing, and I hope that we can come through with more preventative measures as a society as time progresses.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.